just watched the trailer for Zach Kreger's Resident Evil. I'm not super impressed by it. I'm not really looking forward to it. I feel like a lot of the Resident Evil kind of like atmosphere he'd already done in Barbarian. The creature in Barbarian, as I said in my review, which is on the channel, remind me a lot of like Lisa from the GameCube remake. And I feel like the atmosphere of having two people trapped in a house and then discovering there's more to the house and then there's underground tunnels and there's mystery and stuff like that. I feel like that feels pretty Resident Evil already. So he certainly already did Resident Evil Light just without the franchise name attached to it. So this is what brings me to my frustrating point about this. He has access to the franchise name now, and he's deciding to do an original story that's like in the universe and adjacent to it. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like I said, he's already done it with Barbarian. You have the simplest story you can possibly tell. You go in for a rescue mission, you're in the mansion, and next thing you know, you're being attacked by monsters. Turns out to be a bioweapon facility. We all know the story. We've all played the games, hopefully. They're fantastic, for the most part. Why have the name of the IP if you're not going to use it to tell the story of the characters? At least give us the starting point, right? At least introduce our primary characters like Chris and Jill. Give us at least that as a starting point, and then you can go off and do other stories. I don't want you to do like the Paul Anderson or whatever. Can't remember which Paul. It's not Paul Thomas Anderson, so the other Paul. I can't remember his name. It doesn't matter. Don't do that. Those always reminded me of Devil May Cry movies. They were too over the top. I'm pretty sure in the second one she drives like a motorcycle through something anyway. It's like ridiculous. Those movies are ridiculous. They are not Resident Evil. They are not. And then when the games tried to do more action sequences like that, step in the wrong direction. These games need to be about survival horror. So yeah, I'm not sure quite what Kreger's going to do here. I don't know how much like imagery he's going to take from the game. But like I said, you have the title, Resident Evil. Make Resident Evil. Don't make whatever this is, right? Don't do that. It'd be like, hey, oh, by the way, I made a movie called Jaws, right? I have the rights to Jaws, but it's going to be about a tiger because tigers also have jaws. That's not, you have a little bit of a responsibility and an obligation to the fan base and to the IP to have it resemble it in some manner. Just throwing like mutation zombies in it. Okay, that's great, but you're missing a lot of the Resident Evil stuff. Like, start with the characters. Build the world around the characters first, and then you can expand. There's no reason to like not adapt the first game. It's all people want. I don't know why it's so hard to give people good Resident Evil. We had to sit through that Netflix show, which was just terrible, in which I said felt more like The Passage. Anybody familiar with The Passage? That Resident Evil Netflix show felt more like The Passage. We got those terrible Paul Anderson movies with Mila Jovovich. Those are terrible. Those are not for fans of the game, right? What do we get? We get nothing. We get a couple of those animated movies, but they're nuts. They're bonkers stories. They're not like super coherent. They're ridiculous. We just need a moody, atmospheric Resident Evil movie. Just give us that. That's all we want. Give us our team. Give us stars. Have them go to the mansion. Have them get betrayed. Right? And like, here's the other thing too. I think Kreger could be the good director for this. He clearly likes doing his moody, atmospheric stories. He's got a deft eye for it too. I mean, I don't really like barbarians or weapons, but I can admit that they look pretty good. And he's pretty good with the atmosphere. He just needs to rein it in. Barbarian having this split narrative, definitely didn't like it. Weapons, absolutely hated it because he got his timeline all jacked up. If you're doing a Chris Jill story, he can do his, he can do his narratives. Because who is the best characters in Weapons? Like Julia Garner's character and Josh Brolin's character, right? You could do that with like Chris and Jill. They could be stuck in the mansion. You could film different events and stuff like that. They're separated. They're trying to get back to each other, So there's your two narratives, because he loves doing his two narratives. Don't have them be offset. Have them run in parallel. Just jump back and forth. Don't do anything fancy. But what's he going to do here? The trailer, we see the one guy, but based on his storytelling abilities, like the way he likes to do things, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another character. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like, I don't know, something, right? Like that they tried to do in Barbarian, halfway through the movie, new character. Right? I don't think it's going to be like Weapons. I don't think it's going to be jumping around that much. But I don't know, man. He's 0 for 2 in my book. and now you've given him a property, a franchise that he's not even pulling from. I don't even understand the point, right? I don't know. It won't be as bad as when they gave Superman to James Gunn, when James Gunn gave himself Superman. But I just feel like you've got the IP, you've got the games, you've got the fan base. Give them what they want. Give us what we want. That's all. I don't see what the big deal. I don't know, man. I guess I'll have to wait until September it said. I'm not looking forward to it. I just wish they would just make it simple. I just don't get it. Why do you have the IP and you're not going to use it? I just don't get it.